When you first set out to hire an agency to do your social advertising, to do your paid traffic for your e-commerce company, I'm sure one of the number one messages you are hit with as you start looking and sifting through agencies is fastest growing agency in 2019. We've tripled our rate. We've got 200 people. Yikes, that should scare you. We are a slow growing agency, and today I'm going to tell you why you should hire one that is growing at a slow rate. I'm Meredith, the creative director at Vidico, and we help e-commerce companies scale their paid traffic. So, why are we a slow growing agency, and why are we proud of it? Stay tuned. So an agency can be a great business for a variety of reasons. We have very low capital requirements. We don't have any supply chain or stock or inventory we have to worry about. We get to solve very unique and interesting problems. We help introduce products to people who don't know them yet, and we have recurring revenue. But we are not a quickly scalable business model, and here's why. In order for an agency to grow, in order for it to scale, we have to add more clients. That makes sense. But in order to add more clients, you have to hire more people. And these are not just your regular Joe Schmo off the street. These are very highly specialized, talented people. And a lot of times that, need a lot of investment and training to get them, up to speed, up to specifically our speed. And so many of our brands that we work with, the e-commerce companies that we serve, they can triple, quadruple revenue, and many have within just a handful of months working with us. Now, if we were to triple or quadruple our client load within just a few months, that would not only be terrible for me, it would be terrible for our employees, it would be awful, absolutely awful for our clients. And so I always find it so curious that so many of our counterparts are really out there pushing this huge agency growth, almost as a badge of honor. You're constantly seeing in press mentions, on their homepage, on their social accounts, literally wherever somebody will listen. Fastest growing agency of the year, Inc. 500 list, 200% year-over-year growth. 200% year-over-year growth, that's frightening. And I'll tell you why that's frightening. Because an agency that is growing that fast is not growing in a positive direction. They're not growing in a sustainable way. And the faster an agency grows, the faster they lose their secret sauce. And what makes them a great agency and what makes them make you a lot of money. And how do we know this? Well, we know this because we have a lot of clients that come to us from these fast-growing agencies, and we hear what their experiences are like, and I can guarantee they're not the experience that your brand deserves when entering or continuing in the world of social advertising. And that's why we're focused on being a slow-growing agency. And so slow growing doesn't mean not growing at all. We're just growing at a much more sustainable and healthy rate. We're more concerned about scaling our clients' businesses than our own, which is something that you want to see. You want to join with an agency that is more focused on your business than they are on their own. And this means that we can't work with everybody, and that's okay. We're okay having a much more select client roster list. We're okay with only allowing our analysts to work on 5 accounts at a time because that allows us to go deep. That allows us to get greater and better results. I mean, think about this. If you have a to-do list with 5 items on it and you have to finish it by the end of the day, don't you think that you're going to be able to finish those to-dos in a much more organized and succinct fashion than if you have 20 to-dos and the same amount of time to finish it? That's what happens at these large, huge, fast-growing agencies. You're hired on and you've got 5 accounts, and then before you know it, you've got 30 accounts. And that's just not possible to give, your best without producing mediocre results. So we're slow growing, we are growing, but we're proud to be slow growing because it means, again, that we are so much more focused on client results than our own growth as a business. So the next time you hear about a super fast growing agency, you can just ask yourself, is that really a good thing? Is that the best fit for my brand? Otherwise, if after listening to this, any of this has resonated and you're like, oh my God, that's the agency I've been dying to work with, it's a total kismet. Please get in touch with us in the link below or pass this along to anyone who might be in that slog of an agency search currently. Hope you guys have a really good one. I'll be back next week with something e-commerce and advertising related. And until then, have a good one.